Good evening. I am Kamau Kujichagulia, and this is On the Case with Kamau Kujichagulia, where each week we try to bring you someone of very high interest here in our community so that you can find out what other people are doing right here in the Trenton, Mercer County community to help us advance ourselves. So this week we have this very special guest, Fareeda Stokes, who is a realtor, or an agent, I think was what it is. Anyway, she has a real estate company, Harkes Real Estate Company, and she's going to be on later on in a few minutes. Michael, come on here. Hello, son.
What's up, Pop? How you?
Hi, I'm great. I'm great. You
Yeah.
know, I will roll by the park today. Well, I've been
What you
riding
say?
by all week long,
What's going on?
and they've started to pave going up the path. You know,
Yeah. It
paving,
looks.
paving that has dried out the wet part of the cement of the
Oh,
sidewalk outside.
okay.
Maybe
And so it looks. So right now it looks good.
it looks it doesn't look as bad.
It doesn't. It doesn't look as bad. So that means improvement.
Yeah, well, yes, there is an improvement. I'm not saying it looks good, but it doesn't look as bad, you know. I mean,
Mercer,
no shit,
Mercer County has
it's
come through for us, for its
60 years,
citizens.
60 years,
After
60.
after 60 years.
I meant to, I was thinking the other night I should write an article about that and put it in the paper. Maybe I'll do that.
but it's completed.
No, it's not completed.
What
It's not completed.
it looks like it is up for completion.
They're working on it. They've been
The
working
work.
on it shit for damn darn a year. You know?
Oh, so we'll leave the word completion out of
Yes. My
it.
main focus, of course, will be 60 damn years.
60 years.
And, I see kids walking down there in the morning when I'm on my way out. And they be out in the street because they don't want to walk in all that goop. So
Mhm.
we're going to see whether Mr. Benson, that's the county administrator, Dan Benson, is
Mr.
going
Benson,
to complete this job or not. You know, but I'm not just putting it on him. I'm putting it on the damn city of Trenton that
our
you
great Mayor
here,
Guciara.
and I'm putting it on the governor, whatever his name is, and everybody else. Because 60 years of disrespecting our children and disrespecting our community is a bit much. I don't give, but they're doing it, right?
They've done it.
No, 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 no. They're doing it. Maybe
They've, yeah, yes, but
they're
it
working.
won't be 65 years.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that.
No, like I
We'll
guess
see. We'll
we'll
see.
see.
Hopefully, it won't be 61 years. Shit. Okay, so that's one thing that I'm happy is coming to fruition. That they are finally getting that one area of that sloppy, nasty area of the park done. Okay?
The park be jumping. They would have parties and stuff. People would be out there skating.
I
Parties.
know.
The park be jumping.
No, that's good.
Yeah, it is
Good.
very good. Very good.
That's
Yep.
good. And I haven't been to the park in a long while. Come to think of
I went there yesterday and
it.
drove around. Every parking space in that loop was taken up. There
Really?
was people in the gazebo. People were skating and stuff. There was music playing. I mean, it was a good time. There was something going on in the mansion. I think they have spoken word or something like that in the mansion. They,
Uh-huh.
they have something like that, I believe, every Wednesday in Catwater Park. The park is looking pretty nice right now.
Very good. Very
Uh,
good. Very good.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Guciera.
Yeah. And others. And I was thinking, just looking at Trenton. Trenton has matured.
Hmm.
Because back in the day, there were many like down in this area, down in like out west for out West Trenton, out West State. It used to be wild. They used to be wild out here.
Hmm.
But of course that was 30, 40 years ago. And now them dudes that was on the streets then are 60 years old now. The grandfathers,
Right, right.
and it's settled. A lot of community like East Trenton. East Trenton used to be wild. Back
Hmm.
back when I was going to school.
Hmm.
A lot of parts of Trenton used to be wild, but because they've matured. People have lived in these homes for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years now,
Hmm.
and things have Trenton is going to be a tremendous place to live in a few more years. That's why like property values are going, but I don't want to get into property values yet because we ain't getting that with Fareeda.
We have a great guest tonight
We have an expert on all that.
on
I don't
properties and
I don't want to talk
values.
about all that. But what I want to talk about, this week the ICC International Court ICJ International Court of Justice, the prosecutor has recommended um, um, what's the word? Recommended
Um, a
a
warrant be
warrant, a
placed.
warrant on Netanyahu and them
Benjamin.
damn Israelis,
Yes.
for their treatment of the Palestinians in Gaza. And
Yes.
I can't wait for that to go through.
Yeah, I really hope it does go through. What it would mean is whenever they leave Israel, they could be then questioned and
Arrested.
submitted, arrested, for crimes against, the Palestinians.
That's right. That's right.
So they probably won't be leaving Israel.
Probably, unless they come to the United States, because the
Yeah,
United
yeah.
States, the United States is still talking about they want to invite him to come speak in Congress. I mean, that's just a smack in the face of 7/8 of the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that these damn white supremacists, they just want to, they just don't give a shit about what is about the 9/10 of the rest of the world.
Right.
Who understand that what is going on in Gaza is a genocide, is an apartheid genocide. So hopefully the warrants will be issued and he will become a pariah in 9/10 of the world.
Right.
Imagine just this week also, what was it? Ireland, Spain, and I think Norway is the other one. They've decided to formally recognize Palestine as an independent state.
Okay.
That means that there are now like 150 nations around the world which recognize Palestine as an independent state. I mean, they're
Which,
doing it, but
which,
they're doing it. They're Johnny's come lately.
so which ones don't
The
support
white ones,
Palestine?
the white ones.
America, UK,
France,
Australia,
yep.
France,
France.
India.
No, I think India does. I'm not sure about that,
Okay.
but I think even India does.
Okay.
You know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. Don't get me started on India.
Please.
I won't talk about India, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So I'm
All
glad.
right.
Okay, shall we talk about some real estate? Miss Fareeda Stokes.
Hi.
Miss Fareeda Stokes.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Good. How you guys doing tonight?
Well, it's good to see you. Thanks for being our guest tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Now, okay, you have a real estate. You know what I've been doing lately as I've been riding around. I've noticed the change in real estate companies. I was like, when I was growing up, there were Wydell and I don't know, there were other, Thompson. Remember Thompson Land? Wherever you go, you would see the sign that said Thompson Land. And I was like, well, you don't remember that because I was real little when I saw that. But all the names now are just about changed or different. You know, all these new real estate companies. Because all the old ones, they done grew up and died. Shit. You know? So all you all new ones are coming up. So tell me something about you and Harkes Realty.
So let's see. I've been in the real estate industry for 23 years, going on 23 years. I got into the business after 9/11. I was working on Wall Street, and once we got laid off, I just went into real estate full time. Even though I got my license during my time of working on Wall Street. And, I got into the industry. It was prime for me because at that time, I don't know if you remember Darren, he used to do the Cream magazine.
Cream.
Mm-hmm. And he gave me a platform on Cream to like really start educating people about the importance of home ownership, how to become a homeowner. And the education, by allowing me to write an article in there, allowed me to really speak to a lot of people in my generation who didn't think home ownership was attainable or even something that they wanted to do. So I thank him, and I pray he's still resting in peace. But I thank him for having that platform of highlighting Black businesses. And so, again, the purpose of me being able to actually get into real estate, and I believe it's my calling because I've never done anything after getting into this industry, is about educating people about, how to use real estate as a cornerstone for generational wealth, whether it be buying your home, how to sell your home, how to use the equity in your home, how to get into investments, whether you want to buy and flip or buy and hold. So it's just been an ongoing opportunity for me to continue to educate our community on home ownership. And now that I'm a broker and an owner, I'm able to not only extend that education and knowledge to the community, but also to the agents who work with me so that they can be an extension of, what the value of, this company is about education, integrity, and giving back to our communities, that they're able to extend that as well. So that's who we are in a nutshell.
Tell me, what is the difference between a broker and an agent?
So a person, at least in New Jersey, the title of a real estate agent allows you to sell real estate to the public. Being a real estate broker allows you to do a little bit more, such as managing an office, owning or opening up an office, becoming an instructor. So you could do a little bit more with the broker's license than you can with your agent license.
So if you're an agent, you can't teach other people?
You cannot, you're not licensed by the state to conduct trainings. Now, if you're, working with someone one-on-one, then that's something totally different. But to actually conduct classes, especially if you're trying to teach continuing education courses or teaching people how to get into real estate, the general real estate classes, you have to have a broker's license.
Do you do that?
Absolutely. So I am a licensed New Jersey instructor for pre-licensure, and I am working towards getting my license to teach continuing education credits. And I should be hearing back from the Real Estate Commission soon on my approval for my application to open up a real estate school here in Mercer County.
Oh, really?
Yep. So it'll be a pre-licensure school. I get so many people who say, Fareeda, I want to get into real estate. Where do I go? And I would make recommendations to other schools. But I decided to go ahead and get my license. And I've, taught at other schools, learned how the ropes go. And, I can do it too.
Do it yourself. Go ahead, Mrs. Stokes.
No, I have a granddaughter who's been telling me for years what she wants to do is sell real estate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but she ain't doing it. So I don't know.
Which
Yeah,
one of your granddaughters?
Ava.
She does talk about being a real estate agent.
Yeah,
Okay.
always
Okay.
talked about it. I mean, for a couple of years, she's been talking about she wants to sell real estate.
And I really do believe she'd be an excellent real estate agent.
Mhm.
And you know that's it's so funny because I get people all the time who say they want to get into real estate, and I like to have those conversations. So if she wants to reach out to me just to see what the reality of this world is like,
Okay.
um, and I'm not, and I don't know her, so I'm the statement I'm going to make is a blanket statement. But I get a lot of times people say, "I watch HGTV and I want to be a real estate agent. It looks so fun," and that's not necessarily the reality.
Right. Right. Right.
A
Right.
lot more that goes into it. So if you ever want to connect her with me, if she has questions about, what this all looks like, let me know.
I got you. I'll
What's the
definitely
age?
do that.
What's the age limit?
You have to be at least 18 years old.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
She just graduated high school, so she's perfect for that.
Okay. Yep. Absolutely. And if there's an opportunity, like I said, if she just wants to chit chat about what to expect and how to get herself up and running, and of course, where can she be to place her license? I can that.
Exactly. Right. Now, look, I recently went to a first time home buyers program. It wasn't, it was with another the Isles program here in the city. But what type of advice could you give to people that are, first time home buyers looking to buy their first home?
There's a lot, actually. So one thing that I noticed in our community is that we don't think about credit until it's time to think about credit.
Hmm.
And so start looking at your credit score. If you think that you are, that you want to buy a house at some point, don't wait until you want to buy a house to start getting ready. Look at your credit score. Do you need to develop credit? Do you need to build credit? Do you need to get your credit score increased? Being able to, talk about those kinds of things, and don't be ashamed to talk about it,
Hmm.
because just as much as you don't know something, someone else does, and they're willing to help you, right? So look at that. Um, People also think about money. So a lot of times folks are like, well, I don't have $20,000, $30,000 to buy a house. You don't necessarily need 20, 30,000 to buy a house, but you
Okay.
do have some money saved during this process. So and that's for like incidentals or like just things that are part of the process. You have to put a deposit down when you're signing a contract. You have to get inspections. You have to get an appraisal. You have to pay for your year's worth of insurance up front. So even though there are a lot of first time home buyer programs that help with closing costs and down payment, there are some things that are happening during the process that you're going to need some money for. And
Okay.
it's important to save up for that. Um, and just doing your research about where you want to be, being realistic and understanding that your first house doesn't have to be your only house. A lot of
Hmm.
times I get people who are first time home buyers who are like they want all the bells and whistles but don't have the money for the bells and whistles,
Right. Right.
right? So and they feel like they're settling, but you're not really settling. If you're looking at the prices of houses today, or when my grandfather bought his house, it was $6,000, right? We will never find another house for $6,000. So values are going to increase. Buy what works for your family or works for you at this time, and know that there are opportunities to sell this, use the equity from your home, and go buy
Hmm.
something else if you desire. I also talk to young folks about not feeling like your first home has to be that single family home. Your first home could be a multifamily property, so
Okay.
that your tenants are paying your rent and your house of your house where you're living. And now when it's time for you to move on to something different, you now have an investment property that's already making money for you.
Okay.
So it's just knowing what your options are. Um, and just getting prepared, not waiting until you're ready to take that leap, but getting prepared beforehand. And that even comes with, I know people who are renting properties now, and it's the same thing. Folks are looking at credit scores to determine if you are eligible to rent a property. And, although I see it as a form of, discrimination, I just, we can't wait to get ready.
I'm coming to you when I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm coming to you when I'm ready, Mrs. Stokes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let me ask you: are there other black brokers in Mercer County?
Yeah, there are.
Okay. So about how many of them in New Jersey? Do you know? Is it a black realtors brokers association?
There is, so I can't speak for New Jersey in
Mhm.
terms of how many exist, but I know here in Mercer County, I believe that there are 3 or 4 other ones. And then I know of about 2 in South Jersey who were from Mercer County and went to South Jersey. But there is an organization called the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. It's NARAB for short. And you don't have to be a real estate broker per se, but you can be affiliated with the real estate industry. So whether you're an agent, a loan officer, insurance, it's all part of that. And the reason that NARAB came into existence is because we as Black real estate agents were not allowed to be realtors back in the day. And so there
Whoa, slow down. Say what?
we were not, the National Association of Realtors did not acknowledge or allow Black real estate agents to use the realtor designation.
How long ago was this?
So NARAB was, I think NARAB is about 75 years old now. So yeah.
Okay. So back in the late
back
40s.
Late 40s. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that goes along with because basically that's the end of the war. Goes along with the VA not making sure that black soldiers weren't able to use their VA benefits to buy houses back then too, right? Or to get loans.
Or to get loans. Yep. Or being only placed in certain areas.
Right.
You have redlining going on.
Redlining. Okay.
So you're like one of them people who just came along and kicked the damn door down, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, when I got into the industry, there were not many. I was 27, I think I was. Yeah, I think I was like 26, 27 years old when I got into the industry. There were not many 26, 27 Black women who were selling real estate at that time. At that time, I started at Waddell, and it's now another company. It's named another company now, but it was, older Caucasian men and women, and us. From what I knew, it felt like a sprinkle of older Black women. But someone who was like me, I feel like I came in at the right time to really establish what I wanted to do with this business. And at that time, I didn't come into the industry saying I want to own a real estate company or anything like that. I just knew I wanted to make an impact because I am very big on Black folks knowing how to play the game and knowing what needs to be done so that they can be at least a part of the game. And I just felt like my calling was from a real estate aspect to help people with that. So if I can impart knowledge and, wisdom or strategies or any of that, then that's what I want to, that's what I do. And that's what I've always done. So I think, like I said, being under 30 at that time really helped solidify my my position in this industry, and being able to get my broker's license and, like you said, kick the door down and do what we want to do, then
Right.
That's why I have my own brokerage. I'm able to do it how I want to do it without the approval of other people.
Now you were a realtor. Sorry, Michael. You were a realtor working for someone else. When did you open your own business?
So I was in real estate as an agent working for other companies for about 5 or 6 years. And I opened up my first brokerage. It was a business partnership. And that lasted for about 9 years before I separated from that partnership and opened this company. So I've been an owner longer than I've been an agent. So for about, yeah. So
Well,
um,
what does that mean?
meaning that I was a real estate agent for 5 years.
Uh-huh.
And
Mhm.
then I decided I wanted to own a real estate company. And so I partnered with someone who at the time had her broker's license, and we opened up a company together.
Okay.
And during that time, I ended up getting my broker's license. And over time, as I mentioned, we parted ways, and then I opened this company. So I've been owning real estate companies for about 16 of my 22 years in this business.
Okay. And where is Harkes Realty located?
We are located at 1450 Parkside Avenue in Ewing, right next, well, two lots over from ShopRite. So if you know where the ShopRite is on Olden Avenue, if you're
Hmm.
going towards Moody Park, we are in the old Yardville National Bank at the 1450 Parkside Business Development Park.
Okay.
Hmm. And of course, we're on all of social media: Facebook,
In, f-
Twitter,
in front of a bunch of
Instagram.
houses.
Yeah, signs in front of houses. We're on Google. We can find us online, our website. So, yeah, we have a
Everywhere.
presence. We're
That
here.
Now,
you
where do
do
you
have.
where do you sell or buy or whatever houses from?
And how is the housing market in the area?
So those are two. I'll answer the first question first. So we are licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Um, Primarily, a lot of our business is here in Mercer County, but our agents are not only based in Mercer County. I've had agents who've sold, further up north, about an hour or so away. We just actually closed a property in Plainfield about a week ago. And then I have agents who live further south and they operate down in that area. So like
Mm,
Pickwoodville, Gloucester County area. So we have a range of where we do business. And as I mentioned, we're also licensed in Pennsylvania. We're right over the bridge. So we have folks who are looking over there, and we were able to assist them there too. So when we talk about what is the market doing, as I mentioned earlier, values are always increasing. And what I am seeing happening is people thinking, or people who were spoiled by the interest rates of COVID and the slight after effects of COVID, they think it's going to get back there again. I don't foresee that happening. What we're doing right now is what has always been. And I think the anomaly was what happened during COVID. So values are increasing. What
What
also
happened during COVID?
what happened during COVID, people were, well, when it comes to interest rates, the interest rates dropped to as low as 2%.
mm.
But what also happened, which affected values, is people started working from home and didn't go back. So you have all these people from urban or from metropolitan cities, New York, Philadelphia, Jersey City,
Hmm.
they're like, oh, we don't have to go into the office anymore. We can now spend our money coming further south, and this is still considered quote unquote cheap for us. So they're buying these houses. They were buying the houses. We see the values increasing, 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 and what we're looking at now is, the market is is not going down. Is what I'll say. We have people who were buying investment properties because they recognized losing their job. They still needed another stream of income.
Mhm.
So, you buy down here in this area versus being up in New York or North Jersey or Philadelphia, and you're priced out of those properties. What we're seeing now, at least in the Trenton area, investment properties, even fire burn properties that used to go for like $5,000-$10,000 are now going for $100,000.
Whoa! Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Right.
All right.
Well, but it's and I tell people who are from here, we're not only seeing the prices increase when it comes to the purchase of properties, but when it comes to the rentals as well. So you're always going to pay for a place to live, whether you're paying somebody else to live in their home or paying to live in your own home to do what you want to do. You're paying to live somewhere, right? And so when we're seeing rental properties and houses going for $2,000, $2,500 in the same communities that we grew up in, and they could have been our auntie's house, and she was paying $500 or $600 at the time, right? If you're able to do that, it's really important to look at how can you start to acquire your own. Values are going to continue to increase, and it's time to really start to look at how can you stabilize this situation for you and your families, right?
Okay.
It's important because, like I say, are we ever going to, I get people all the time. We get people from different communities who invest in this community, who were picking up properties for next to nothing. And that's not even happening anymore.
Okay.
Even people from other communities who are buying in the Trenton area are, trying to turn over rocks to find deals, because what used to be considered quote unquote cheap is no longer how they see it, how it's been. So again, it's important for us to recognize that other people see the value of real estate. And if you're renting, it's time to see the value as well.
Okay.
You mean when you say that, you mean instead of renting, go ahead and buy a house?
If you can, yeah, because you're at the mercy of someone who can increase your rent or try to get you out so that they can get somebody in who's willing to pay higher rent. You're at their mercy.
I was just talking to a guy. He actually refurbishes houses, and he was saying the one that they just did, the downstairs has 4 bedrooms, and they're renting it for like $2,500. I said, well, then $2,500 you can buy a house.
Pretty much.
Hey? And instead of just having the 4 bedrooms downstairs, you're gonna have those and the whole upstairs and third floor too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. Can people? What people can afford $2,500 for an apartment?
Well, that's the question that I always had. What you say that again?
Multifamilies.
Yeah, you have multi-generational families living, back together again. And I just think it's, interesting to see how the rental prices are increasing, but wages aren't increasing.
Right. Right.
And again, it to me, it just looks like the writing is on the wall. But if you're living here and you don't plan on making a transition to another state or municipality or whatever, I just strongly encourage people to just get their financial houses in order so that they're not at the beck and call of someone who can increase their rent as they see fit, according to guidelines.
Take control of your situation. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah.
Now you say you do classes.
I've taught pre-licensure classes.
I mean for homeowners.
Oh yes, we do seminars. Yes,
you do seminars.
We do seminars for for all types of things related to real estate, homeowners, investors, even for sellers, and we get people who inherit houses. What to do with those houses. We've done seminars on protecting your assets, so wills and trusts, getting those types of things set up. And that's with partnering with, people other, experts who, like our attorney and our title company, making sure that we're again bringing this information to our communities.
Okay.
Okay. Now these seminars, they're, I mean, anybody can come to them, or they free, or they have a cost to them, or what?
They are free. Yes, they are free. And we'll be picking them back up. As I mentioned, we recently moved our office. So while the dust is still settling.
You move, where you move? Where you move from and where you move to?
I was on Olden Avenue, and we
Okay.
just moved to the 1450 Parkside.
Okay, on
Old,
Parkside.
Yes.
Olden Avenue, next to the McDonald's area,
Next
right?
to the McDonald's, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're on Parkside. You're in the big bank building sitting up right up front.
Correct.
Okay, so I guess that's going to change. Well, I don't know what the old office looked like, but I guess that's going to change a lot of. That's a nice area.
Yeah, it's definitely going to change. The old building was really a conference room and 2 offices, and it served the purpose because, as I mentioned, I was in a business partnership before, and so it served this purpose because I stepped out of that business partnership, but still, created a business. But now I purchased this new building so that I could scaling in terms of opening. It's a 1,500 square foot building. And there are opportunities to rent out space as well as open the real estate school. So it's a better opportunity for me and where I'm trying.
A real estate school?
Yes.
What's that mean?
So for people who want to get their real estate license, I'll be opening a school, teaching them, giving them their 75 hours so that they could prepare for their New Jersey test, take their test to get licensed as a real estate agent in New Jersey.
Okay. So you'll be doing that?
Yes. Okay. And I'm just awaiting approval from the Real Estate Commission.
Okay. You'll get it.
Okay.
You'll get it.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
So if I was mentioning to you that I have a granddaughter who always said she wanted to be a realtor. So I could send her or give her your number to get in contact with you and see what can go on from there, right?
Absolutely. Yep. Whatever questions she has, she can ask.
That's good. Esther Miller was saying this earlier. She said, awesome, we need more Black leaders in this industry. We need more Black leaders in all industries because, it's good to have that be able to form that relationship, and feel comfortable doing it, because I know it can be a bit uncomfortable going to other people and trying to work with and for them. But it's good to have your own. So that's good. Go on with your best out.
Mrs. Stokes, excellent job you're doing, and we're looking forward to seeing what you're going to do in the future. All right, but how's the family?
Everybody's doing well. Kids are good. My oldest, he's working for the NFL, so he's in El Paso right now.
Oh man, you got one work for the NFL?
Yep. And my second son, he teaches at the elementary school that they went to for 5th grade special ed students. So I'm proud of him in that way.
Okay.
And my third son, he is going into his junior year of college, which is crazy to me. And then,
junior year.
Yes. And our baby girl is a senior in high school going to St. Jules on a full ride basketball scholarship.
Okay.
So, yep.
What high school does she attend?
She went to Ewing High. So,
okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if you follow girls basketball, but for their 4 years that they were there, they won a state championship. They've won back-to-back Mercer County championship.
Yeah, the Ewing girls are bad. I do remember that.
And I'm just happy because she does hold the record for the top scorer of the school for girls basketball. So
excuse me.
she broke someone's record this year. So
Okay,
holds
okay.
that record.
Congratulations,
Yeah, so they're
congratulations.
doing well, and hubby's doing well too. I think he's at a commissioner meeting now. So
Yeah.
He's a Mercer County Commissioner.
yes, he is.
Okay.
Hmm.
Go on, Stokes.
Okay.
Hot John.
Terrence, huh?
You related to Linda Stokes?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. Okay. I went to school with Linda Stokes.
Fareeda, you have an excellent marriage, all right, but you have a maiden name. What is your maiden name?
You know my maiden name, Mr. Harmon.
I'm just Mrs. Stokes.
I
Mrs.
know.
Stokes.
I'm just joking. Because we
Just tell my
share the
dad.
same.
Just tell my dad what your maiden name is.
It's Harmon.
Okay. Harmon.
Harmon.
Oh, yeah.
We share the same.
Yes. Yes.
We have to figure that out.
My dad is from Cape Charles, Virginia.
Cape
Charles, Virginia. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My family's from Maryland.
Oh, okay.
And
Man, I didn't know that.
Okay. But you never know. We be mingling up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
I think there are like three different. I think there are like three different Harmon clans in Trenton.
Yeah, because I used to, outside of us trying to figure out if we were related, I also get the question if I'm related to John Harmon.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if he's related to your family.
No.
Yeah. So okay, there go our three right there.
Yep. That's the three. That's the three. And we had him on the show too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, I tell you what, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you came on because this is important stuff. This is very important stuff. You got anything coming up that you want to let people know about?
Yes, well, not seminar wise, but so as I mentioned earlier, real estate, it went from teaching people how to acquire real estate, and then it transformed into how to use real estate as a cornerstone for generational wealth. This next phase of my journey is what's the beginning and the end, right? So the beginning is that preparation. What is your credit, your funding, knowing how to use debt and savings and credit to work in your favor. And I had an opportunity actually to teach through the Trenton Housing Authority, a program to their residents about preparing for home ownership, looking at debt, savings, credit, budgeting, all of that stuff so that they could prepare. And I actually had one of the young ladies who recently purchased a house, who moved from Donnelly Homes into owning her own home. And I tell you, when her 12-year-old son said to her that he was proud of her, that just, it really did something to me. And I know it did something to her. So that's the beginning part. It's like, it does something to you.
Yes.
These are watching, right? And it's
right.
and if we're not being taught certain things, we want things, but we're not being taught how to get those things. That's the beginning part. So I'm going to be adding that on to who we are as a company, and then the protection of the assets. So many times, we work hard and our assets aren't protected in some kind of way. We don't have wills. We just let the family figure it out. But in the process of figuring out, you also pay in the state of New Jersey for their death tax. If you had a will, there'd be some things that could be protected. Trusts, insurance. We're not talking about how these things are used as tools to protect our families and protect the things that we've done when it's time to acquire assets. So, that's the rest of my journey is going to be what's the beginning and what's the end. And the real estate is, here in the middle of that. So I'm never deviating from real estate. It's just how are we looking at how to get it and how to keep it.
Fareeda Stokes, thank you so much. Wonderful message. And we're just looking forward to seeing what you got going on. All right.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
Right. Thank you very much. You take
it looks like there's a question.
There is a question.
I can't read that.
Hey, Esther. I keep seeing commercials that you can borrow from your home and the mortgage doesn't increase. Is that truthful? So I'm not sure what the commercials are, but maybe they are talking about a home equity line of credit, which means that you are taking money or taking money out of your home to fund something else. So it's a separate loan that you have to pay back. And it's not part of your mortgage. Does that make sense?
I'm sure it does. Or if it doesn't, how can people get in contact with you, to ask these questions?
Okay, so I can be reached. Our office number is 609-337-4200. Email is fstokes@harkes, Harkes, realty.com. If you wanted to go to our contact us page on our website, harkesrealty.com. And we also are, as I mentioned, on all the social media sites, and we check all of our DMs. So if there's a way to get in touch with us.
So if anybody out there got any more questions, you know how to get in touch with it. No excuses.
Harkes?
Yes.
Harkes Realty.
Harkes Realty, which is a combination of my maiden name and my married name. It's, it's special to me because it is mine. It is solely mine. No one else can take this claim.
I like that.
It just, it's funny because when I started, my husband said, "Why don't you just call it Fareeda Stokes Realty?" And I said, "You know what? My family, my parents have been very instrumental in who I am too. So I'm not. It has to be if I'm going to do it as a name, it's going to be a combination of the names."
Harkes Realty. I was wondering where you got that from.
Yes.
That's nice. That's nice.
I thought your last name was Harkes. Okay, we got to get out of here.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Keep on pushing. All right. If you need anything that we can help you with, let us know.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right.
Mrs. Fareeda Stokes, thank you for being our guest tonight. We love you, and we're looking forward to seeing everything you do.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Harkes Realty.
From a Harmon, mind you.
From a Harmon. You know what I mean? From a Harmon. You know how it is.
Well, that was good. That was very good. And boy, I had a million more questions about, property values, living in Trenton, as opposed to living basically in the inner city, but couldn't get to all that. But
you got her phone number.
That was good. But not for me. I mean, for the community.
Okay.
Right. I ain't buying nothing else. Nothing. I don't want nothing. The only thing I'm interested. I just like seeing my house, my value of my house going up. And I think, I guess about once every 3 or 4 months, I get a postcard or something from some realtor or investor or something. Says, "We want to buy you a house. This is what we'll pay for your house." Yeah, y'all keep going up.
Yeah, keep going up, y'all. Keep going up.
So, anyway, thank you, son. It's been good.
Yes, you're welcome, Pop.
We're trying to line up for you. Who is this? D.O. Assemblywoman McCoy from the 14th Assembly District.
Okay.
So hopefully we can get that. Maybe we can even get it set up for next week, hopefully. Because I know we're going to be going down for the summer. And we're going to take a break. We haven't had a break in 2 years. And we've been on here for 2 years.
Going on 2 years, Pop. We've been doing this.
We're going to take a break for a couple of weeks. After, I know I'm going away beginning of June. So we shall see. Okay, we love you. We thank you for being with us. We really appreciate Fareeda Stokes. That was outstanding.
Thank you, Fareeda. Everybody have a good night, and we are on the case with Kamau Kujichagulia.
Hot damn, you got it right.
The first time.
Yep. Good night, y'all.